Hi everybody. Today we are going to see about ledger creation in Tally. We are going to see ledger creation both in Tally Prime as well as Tally 9. Watch the entire video. Now let us see how to create ledger in Tally Prime. Before that, we have to understand what are the ledgers required for different businesses. We have a company, we need suppliers ledger, we need bank ledgers, we need cash ledgers, we need sales ledgers, we need purchases ledger, and we need customer ledgers. You should know the difference between single ledger and multiple ledger. The single ledger will ask the various details like address, contact info for a personal ledger or statutory compliance info for real and nominal ledgers. The multiple ledger will ask three things: name of the ledger, under which group you wish to be grouped, amount, whether 0.3 is debit or credit. It will only ask for what is necessary and very important to begin accounting immediately and nothing more. It will take rest of the things for granted. A capital account is used in accounting to record individual ownership rights of the owners of a company. The capital account is recorded on the balance sheet and is composed of the following items: owner's capital contribution made when creating the company or following the creation as required by the business. Sundry creditors, a person who gives goods or services to the business in credit or does not receive the payment immediately from the business and is liable to receive the payment from the business in future, is called a sundry creditor. Sundry creditors are considered as liabilities to a business as they are supposed to pay outstanding amount for a specific transaction based on the agreed timeline by both the parties. Sundry debtors, a person who receives goods or services from a business in credit or does not make the payment immediately and is liable to pay the business in the future, is called a sundry debtor. Sundry debtors are fixed assets. This is because the money that is given on credit is expected to be returned, or in the case of products or services sold, the business expects money in return for that. So it is considered as a fixed business asset. Purchases account is used to record merchandise bought to sell to the customers. It is a temporary account that is classified as a cost of merchandise account. The account used to record the cost of merchandise purchased during a period. The actual cost to the business of the merchandise sold to the customers. Sales account, shortly known as SA, is a record of all the transactions that happen in a business. Businesses take part in multiple transactions every day, and this account gathers information on all of these transactions in a single place. This includes large and small transactions and transactions made in credit and cash. Bank account. A bank account is a place for you to deposit and withdraw funds, make payments, transfer money to another person or institution, pay bills electronically, and more. Bank accounts enable you to spend without cash on hand and get direct deposits from employers or other institutions. Now let us see how to create ledger from Tally. Click accounts info, click ledgers, click create. Now you can create different types of ledgers. Now let us create a ledger. I am going to create a ledger for our company, Educrawl Systems. I am going to create in capital accounts. I am going to give the address, mailing details, state and pin code. Once everything is done, you can save the ledger. So this is the first ledger I am creating under capital accounts. Next one I am going to create in Sundry creditors. So this is a company which is going to give in credit. So I have created a company KT's Electronics. Under Sundry creditors, I am typing the full address, state and pin code. Once everything is done, I am saving it. Next one, what I am going to do is I am going to create a ledger for Raj Mobiles under Sundry debtors. So I am typing under Sundry debtors. I am giving the default credit period and other details. Once it is done, I have created a ledger under Sundry debtors. Now let us create another ledger under purchases. So you can see here I am going to select the purchase accounts and I am saving all the details. Similarly, you can also create in sales account. So I am going to create under sales account the details. This ledger is under sales account. I have created a ledger under sales. Now let us create bank account. I am creating the name Indian Bank. So it is going to be created under bank accounts. You can give your company name, the account name, the account number, the address, city, state and pin code. All these details you can do it and you can save this under bank account. Now we are going to display the ledgers we have created. So click display and you can see the list of ledgers we have created so far: Educrawl Systems, Indian Bank, KT's Electronics, Profit and Loss account, purchases, Raj Mobiles and sales. All these ledgers which we have created so far can be viewed using the display options. Now we can see the next option, that is altering the ledger. Click alter. If you want to alter any details in a particular ledger, click that details and you can alter whatever you want in that ledger. Now I am going to change the default credit period of this KT's Electronics to 4 months. So I am going to edit these details and I am going to save the details. This is one method of altering the detail. Now I am going to create multiple ledgers. Click create. Now I am going to create these under the group indirect expenses. Now I am going to create the ledger for rent. So this is under indirect expenses. Now I am going to create conveyance under indirect expenses. Now I am going to create other expenses under indirect expenses. After finishing, click display under multiple ledgers, click indirect expenses. You can view all the things we have created: conveyance, other expenses and rent. So it is a multiple ledger. Now you can click display on single ledger and you can see the rent is available here also. The conveyance and other details are available. You can easily create ledger in multiple ledgers. Now let us see how to create ledger in Tally Prime. It is very easy. Click vouchers. After clicking the voucher, click create and you can create ledgers, whatever ledgers you want. So I am going to create under the name Educrawl Communication. I'm going to create under capital account. Let me give the address and other details. So I'm going to type the PIN code. Once everything is typed, I'm going to save it. Click accept. Now you can see in the side menu you have certain alphabets with a double underline, certain with single underline. To access double underline keys, you have to click Ctrl plus that key. For single underline, if you want to access those things, you have to press Alt plus key. This shortcut will be very useful for you while using Tally. And you can use the function keys F2, F3, F4, F5 for accessing each of the things. For F2 you can access the date, F3 company, F4 the cost, F5 the payment, F6 the receipt, and F7 the journal, and F9 the purchase. For other vouchers press F10. For changing the mode you can press Ctrl plus H, and for more details you can press Alt plus I. Now I will teach you another method. From gateway of Tally, click C. Once you click C, it will move to the next main menu, that is the master's menu. In this menu, click L, that is the ledger, then click ledger. Now you can start creating ledgers easy manner. I am going to create purchase ledger that comes under Sundry creditors. Now you can see I am typing the details of the purchase detail, that is the mailing details, the electronics name, the address, then the city, the state, and finally I am typing the PIN code. I am saving it. Now once again I am going to create another ledger under sales. This comes under Sundry debtors. I am going to type the details of this Sundry debtor. So I am going to type Kishore Electronics. So the address, city, and PIN code. Once this is typed, you can save it. So we have seen how to create ledgers under Sundry creditors, Sundry debtors. Now we can see how to create bank accounts. So I am going to type Indian Overseas Bank. So I am going to create a ledger for a particular bank account. So I have typed the account holder name, followed by the account number, the IFSC code, then you can type the branch name and other details. After typing all the details, you can save this. So this is a ledger under bank accounts. Now let us see how to create multiple ledgers. Click ledger and press Alt H. You can see multi-create option is available. In this, you can create under indirect expenses. Select indirect expenses. Then you can type the ledger type you want. I am going to type rent. I am going to type conveyance. I am going to type other expenses, whichever expenses that is there. So I am going to create all these under indirect expenses. This is a multi-create option, that is a multi-ledger option that is available in Tally. So once we have created, you can view in ledger view. You click this, the ledger we have created. You can see the rent, the current expenses, and other things is visible in the ledger view. You can see in the side menu you can access the company and other things, which is very useful option that is available in Tally. There are two shortcuts which I will teach you. Control plus A to save the details, escape to go to the previous screen. These two shortcuts will be very useful to you. Now let us see how to enter the ledger. From the gateway of Tally, click A. Now click ledger. Once you click ledger, the ledgers we have created will be available. Whichever ledger you want to change, click that ledger. I am clicking the Indian Overseas Bank ledger. Now in this ledger, if I want to change the IFSC code or anything, I can click on that IFSC code and I can change the code. So this is how you can alter the details. After making sufficient changes, press Ctrl A to save the details. Thank you.